Hi, this is Hannah Rubenstall of Fanciful Spaces. You are here for the Kindred Stamps blog hop, quite possibly, if you're watching here on Friday, or, last weekend of May, rather. And I thought, instead of showcasing all of the cards that I made utilizing the classified stamp set by Kindred Stamps, which is one of our newest releases, I would show how I made the backgrounds. Because this bit here is a technique I had never done before. I had heard of making your own embossing powders, so to speak, but I had never actually done it. And this one was brand new to me. It was a technique that I had seen on Facebook by the lovely lady, and I will try to tag below on my YouTube thing, from Technique Junkies. I met her at a stamp show here in Ohio very recently, and she got me to open up my Nuvo mousses. And this is not a technique that she showcased there at the stamp show, but it is a video that I saw her do, and I really, really liked it. And it just gave me a lot of inspiration. I thought it would make for a neat and different backdrop, and I thought I would give it a try. So we are going to, for the backdrop, use these two Nuvo mousses that I have. I have Persian Red and Toasted Almond. We're going to do a nice blend of this. And then we are going to, once that is dry, it won't take very long, we're going to stick some gilded flakes all over the top of it in a pattern, thanks to a specific stamp set that I have. At that same stamp show, Rubbernecker Stamps was there, and they had this Distress Mini Square stamp set, and rubber stamp rather, and I rather liked the look of this. And so initially I had bought it because I was going to do like a smoky look for this stamp, this classified stamp, and I ended up doing a different technique, as you can tell. And it is also the same stamp that I use for this background behind this little character right here. So we will use it twice with two different techniques, and we will have a lot of fun. So first we're going to take a bit of cardstock. This is some just regular white cardstock, nothing special. You could use your Nina if you wanted. Before I really understood what I was doing with Copics, I had bought just a ream of Nina cardstock, and it was the wrong ream. So I use that for a lot of backgrounds and just general whateverness. And I am going to take my Toasted Almond, and I am just going to smear it all over in a linear pattern. It just goes on like butter. I had purchased some Nuvo mousses previously, and I hadn't used them because I opened them and they were really thick. I thought I was expecting some creamier substance, so I didn't use them. I didn't know what I was doing with them. I still have them in my stash, fortunately. And then when I went to that stamp show, I realized, oh my goodness, they were perfectly fine. I just, should have done some more research on what it was that I had. And then as soon as I did that, boom, I went out and bought a whole bunch more mousses, because these are just divine. All right, that's almost dry already. Then I'm going to take the Persian Red. Probably got a little too much in there, but that's okay because we can fix that. Somebody on Instagram, after I shared this background, said that it looked like, oh, Marcia from the Frolicking Fairy, I think it was, said that it looked like Mars, and I loved that. So if you were going for like a Mars-like effect on the background, this is like absolutely perfect. Or maybe like a Jupiter planet. My daughter loves Jupiter. She's almost 6. It's her favorite planet. Now I'm just going to go through and blend out some of those harsher areas. It got a little bit heavy over here. Literally all there is to the bulk of this background. and it dries lickety-split. You will not be spending a lot of time waiting for this stuff to dry. This is a sponge from Nuvo that was sent to me. I got their Tonics monthly kit, the number 9 kit, and it was sent in there. It was the first time I ever utilized this. I really, really like it. I have not used any other makeup sponges, however, so I can't compare it to that, but I really like how it fits in your hand. So now we have this. I'm going to clean off my workspace because I don't want to get stuff everywhere. Because I'm working on a tempered glass backdrop, it just wipes up super easily. All right. I'm going to take my Misty, and since it's a rubber stamp that I'm using, I'm going to take out the insert. Stick this on there. Stick this in there. This is the bit, well, the mousse and this were what the lady from Technique Junkies showed, who, by the way, has some fabulous stamps herself. And she just ran her Nuvo glue pen all over it. This pen is also a new product for me. Alexandra of the Hedgehog Hollow sent it in her Tool Hamper, which was a subscription box that you had to sign up for. And I am ever so glad that I got that because there was a lot of new to me products in there. And this is one of them. And when I saw the video that this was being used, sorry, you may not see it. I'm just running it over my stamp. When I saw the video, I was like, oh, I have one of those. This is so exciting. I'm just covering all of the area of my stamp. And I'm going to make sure this is all down in the corner. Press down, get all of that glue on there. You can kind of see that white. Kind of looks like a little bit of a mess. I probably put a little bit too much there, but that's okay because we're just going for a look. And now I'm going to clean my stamp off again because we are going to set that background aside for now, and we are going to do the next part with this stamp since it's already placed on our Misty. Now that that's dry, I'm going to take some coordinating green cardstock that I have. I think this is from Gina K. I bought it back when I was very new to card crafting and didn't know to label things. It's Gina K or Stampin' Up. I'm not entirely sure. And then I'm gonna just run my embossing buddy all over it. Take my embossing pad. The embossing pad you possibly could have gotten away with the other background. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't do that, so that's why I didn't do a video of it. I'm showing you what I was shown and what I did. And I am stamping this all over, or rubbing it all over my stamp. Alright, now this is the super cool part. I didn't have a mixture that I wanted that fit right for me. And if you can see how I colored this gentleman, he has pink in his shirt, he has a little pink in his tie. I used pink in the background. I wanted to continue that pink in here. There feels pink in here. So I have some Golden Peach from Ultinu embossing powder. I have some Penny from Brutus Monroe, which is to die for, and some gold from Hero Arts. And all I'm going to do is just lightly sprinkle each one in random places. I'm trying to make sure I use as little as possible because I can't pour this back into my bins after I'm done. All right, looks like we got good. I didn't get full coverage the last time I did it, so I just poured this back on top, but I don't think we need to do that this time. My desk is a mess. I'm trying to move everything so that I can heat emboss this and show you. And that is how I made the background for this. Isn't that really cool? Now, the next bit is going to take a bit of work because we're going back to this little guy. Should be tacky by now. And I have this fabulous box with some gilding flakes in it. Nuvo does make some gilding flakes, but I like the mix with this variegated colors, which comes from Cosmic Shimmer. It doesn't have a name on it, the color mix. And we're just going to rub these guys all over. And this is one of those things where you don't really breathe as you're working over it. And you're gonna rub, 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 and take some time. So we're going to be fast forwarding this video from here. And there we go. So that is how I did the background for the mousse and the flakes. I did, as I was burnishing with my fingers, I did use my fingernails a bit to rub over some areas like I am right now to pick up some spots that didn't have glue down, but that the flakes were still stuck to. It doesn't harm the areas that you do want. It just takes up the loose metal flakes that didn't want to move. And there you go. 2 new techniques that were new to me that I hadn't done before this card. And honestly, that's the reason why I made this card, was to play with those new techniques. So that was super duper fun. All right, this is Hannah Rubenstall of Fanciful Spaces, thanking you for joining me. And I hope you have a crafty day. Bye.